On today's episode of Homeworthy, we're going to England for a look inside Chef Judy Joo's stunning London apartment. Judy is best known as the host of Korean Food Made Simple and as the only female Iron Chef in the UK. Aside from being a TV personality and author of several cookbooks, she is also the owner and co-founder of the Korean food chain Seoul Bird. And today she brings us into the kitchen to show us how she prepares her signature fried chicken. You won't want to miss this. You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story. To shop items inspired by this and other Homeworthy episodes, be sure to check out the product links below for amazing furniture, accessories, and more.
Hello, Homeworthy. I'm Judy Joo. I'm a chef, restaurateur, author, and TV personality, and welcome to my home. We start out in the hallway. So when designing this place, we didn't really know if we wanted a big, large foyer. I said I wanted to save kind of the reception room for a different part of the apartment, which you'll see later. So hence we have this kind of long hallway, but I kind of love it. It's not ideal, but you'll see all the different design elements that we've incorporated to make it very welcoming. So this I call my wall of memories, and it's basically just full of tchotchkes from my travels. You know, beautiful ceramics from Korea. I'm Korean, so this is actually like an ink well, and you know, things that I walk by here as like, I got this guy in Thailand. Yeah, these guys came from Thailand. This guy came on my bed in Bali instead of a chocolate, so I kept him because he was so cute, little turtle there. This is from Mali, Africa. It's a traditional headdress. Things from India, things from Africa, all over the place. So this is my journey throughout the world, which is quite fun to come down. And this is a beautiful, you know, it's mixed in with some artwork also. This is by an amazing artist named Anna Masters. This is also, you know, pineapple is all about welcoming. So this is actually a solid piece artwork. It's very, very heavy to welcome everybody into my home. I love mixing old and new, as you can tell. This is a very old iron. Oh, these are my weights. I can use these as kettlebells when I want to, but this is how they used to iron shirts, and they're all different sizes and stuff. And I think this dates back, actually the date on this says 1942. So this is an antique piece. I just love the color. I love this like kind of like metal color. So I've been living here for about 15 years, and it was a complete and total gut renovation. The apartment hadn't been updated since before World War II. There were lead pipes in the floor. Bathrooms had to be moved. It was a full-on job. I think it took about 2 years to renovate in the end, just because it was moving plumbing, electricity, etc., everything. And what I love about it is that the building is a pre-war building. It was built in the 1800s, but then the modern also comes through, so as you know, a mix of old and new, and I think that's the way that I've incorporated my aesthetic as well. So, you know, lots of modern elements, lots of traditional Korean elements coming together, as well as just contemporary vibe as well. And then this long meandering hallway takes you down into the apartment, and one of the first rooms is my master bedroom. This is a large room, and kind of felt like I had to fill it up. So I've got this fun reading nook that I chill out in over here. So this is where I can kind of relax, watch movies, just chill out and hang out with my teddy, read some books, do some work. So I'll often hang out in here, my little nook. And then I also have a little office nook, which I've set up in the other corner. Lots of storage. Those cabinets are all kind of like hidden storage, as well as the recessed cabinetry with the lights underneath, which I love. And all the fireplaces work. They're all gas, which is really convenient. I wanted to make this room like more utilitarian. So I decided to fill up the space, but rather than just having another sofa and a couch, I wanted to make something quite practical. And yeah, I made this little like office nook, a reading nook, just to have some fun with it. And come into my master bathroom. So this is all Vizaza tiling, jacuzzi, bathtub, television. What I really love about my apartment in general is that we really try to stay away from corners. So everything is rounded, all the edges. You'll see this in the hallway also. So that long hallway kind of draws you in, you know, everything's got some nice movement to it. Got a rain shower. This is also a steam shower, which is great. So I can, you know, built-in bench, etc. So I can get some nice relaxation, like a spa just at home. And everything I have is you'll see these like iPads on the walls everywhere. This is everything is smart, Lutron system, so I can control everything from my phone. All the music, all the speakers are all built in, all the lights. The curtains are all electric on tracks, and yeah, air conditioning, underfloor heating, everything is controlled from an app on my phone, which is great. So I can always check up on my apartment when I'm traveling. Everything is built in. So again, it's all curves. I just wanted everything just to be very practical. So using up all areas for storage, and I just love all of these, you know, design features of the recessed lighting as well, just to give it a little bit more dimension and height. I am a huge Star Wars fan, and I love this print because it was made by Stan Lee. And as you know, Stan Lee is not the genius behind Star Wars. He's from the Marvel comics, but he did like collaboration limited edition. So I've got a Stan Lee Star Wars, which is pretty cool. And then these are all original painted propaganda posters from North Korea, which is pretty cool that you can actually even see like the brush strokes on the pencil drawings. Oh, and actually I want to show you my powder room. So we'll come in here. This is actually, I love this room just because of the wallpaper. You can come around to see here. So this is bespoke wallpaper by Wook Kim. And it's just these beautiful colors, bunny on the ceiling, etc. But this is just a nice little kind of fun powder room. I think you should always have fun in the bathrooms. And then this is the main reception area. Starts out with the dining room. So here I've got a big table, but again, lots of built-ins. So this is the bar with glasses, alcohol, etc. Kind of messy, but you get the point. You get wasted at my house, and but I like it because it's got the mirrors in the back as well with all the bottles. Down here is crockery, plates, bowls. So some of my favorite pieces are handmade from Korea. This is the Korean celadon. These are the teacups. Then the strainers are built in. Isn't it just beautiful? I love celadon. I'm obsessed with these. And to keep it hot, there's always a little lid, just like that. So these are soju glasses. Soju's Korea's fire water. Basically, it's a shot glass. But the funny thing about it is that there's a hole in it. So when you drink, when you fill it up, you have your finger over the hole. And then when you drink it, so you can't cheat, you have to do one shot. You have to take your finger out. So if there's anything left, it'll spill out. So this is to make sure that you're drinking your entire shot glass with the cranes on it. For everyday use, I do have a separate cabinet that has more casual things, but some of the items that I absolutely love in here are, again, some of my Korean pieces. This is a set from a Korean company called Gwangjeo, but isn't that beautiful? These like beautiful, delicate white ceramics. Looks like a shell, but it's actually just folded here. And there's the matching, it's like a scallop shell. It's so pretty. So I like these bowls because when people are done eating their soup, there's a little skull on the bottom. It's kind of fun. And I've got some skull plates too. I kind of like these skulls, they're quite fun. These are from Rory Dobner, English designer, so it's really fun. And these are some of my favorite ones. These are so delicate and beautiful. I just love like the gold detail. It's one of my favorite designers too. But yeah, lots of fun things. Whenever I have dinner parties, I'm pretty much cooking, as you probably guess. I generally will have maybe my housekeeper here to help with the cleanup, but you'd be surprised, like nobody wants to sit here. Everybody wants to sit in the kitchen and be near where all the action is. So even though I might set up things, people might grab a plate, sit down here for a second, but then they're right back in the kitchen, just wanting to pick on things. I'll usually set the bar up with all different types of grazing items, and yeah, it's just a very social space, so people will move around the space, which is really what I wanted. I didn't want separate rooms. I wanted it to be all open plan. I travel a lot, so even though I love fresh flowers, it just isn't really practical. And even the plants that I do have, I struggle to keep them alive. So I use a lot of dry flowers and fake flowers as well. But you know, the fake flowers look great these days too. I found these lanterns, I think, in a flea market in Paris, so I dragged them back with me on the Eurostar. This is another antique item here that I've got on the floor in front of the fireplace. It's an antique book press. So this is how they used to make books. And I love the color as well. That's very heavy, as you can imagine. This is an old Chinese lunch box. So it's locked right now, but it does kind of come apart. But I basically have it there to hide the outlets behind it. But there are 3 different compartments, and yeah, this is how they used to pack their lunch. This piece is by an artist named David Krakow, and it's metal. Every single butterfly is hand painted and different. So there are no 2 butterflies that are alike, but I thought it matched perfectly, and it's so happy and joyous. I just had to get it. And the other one here is an abstract piece by an artist named Alf Lohr, which I just love the splash of color, matches my lamp in the corner. I thought it kind of looked like a heart, so I felt it just represented like love, and so yeah, that's another one. And then I have another piece here by a British artist. He does everything in ballpoint and pen, and he's so talented. I got this because it's a female samurai, also because the Millennium Falcon's in there. You know, I'm a Star Wars fan, so it's quite fun. He's got Tweety birds flying around, but I liked this so much that I actually commissioned him to do a piece that's quite bigger in my living room. So over the years, as I've traveled around, I've always collected things from restaurants as a little memory or memento. So I gave him this, you know, huge, like few shoe boxes just full of stuff. And he took it and made a collage, as well as incorporated all different things. So this piece is kind of, again, a walk down memory lane for me. A lot of places from all over the world that have closed, places that I worked, old things that I was involved in, restaurants, etc. I don't know if people remember Lucky Chang's from New York City. That closed down decades ago. You know, places in Japan, places in Germany, places in Thailand, Hong Kong. Yeah, I'm just looking here, but it's again another walk down memory lane with all different things. You know, it's kind of mementos from some of my old restaurants as well, which is very fun. And yeah, so this is a 2-way fireplace. You can see it from the dining room as well as from the living room. Mixing in some antique Korean furniture with some modern pieces as well. I have some things from Catherine Memmi. She's a French designer, as well as Armani Casa. And again, this is the 2-way wine refrigerator. This side's the white wine. And this is another one of my favorite art pieces in my entire apartment, which I had commissioned by a very talented English artist named Anna Masters. And this is all done on fishing wire, and it's also old watch pieces. So it's the whole idea of it is like suspended in time. So all these timepieces and pieces of the watch and the gears are kind of suspended on fishing wire, and you know, like leaves and nature and petals, etc., kind of making like a new watch dial. And it's almost like it's been thrown into it, and the leaves have been painted gold. I absolutely love this piece. It's one of my favorite things here. Also have, you know, a ton of books around. A lot of them are cookbooks from my friends. So my reclining Buddhas from Thailand. I try to buy these monks. I think they were from Indonesia. I tried to just buy 2 of them and the lady wouldn't let me. She said they had to stay together because they were a team and brothers, so I had to buy all 4. And this is just all cookbooks, etc. Some of my cookbooks. Again, beautiful things from my travels, Korean ceramics and vases. Yeah, I love Korean celadon, so you'll see a lot of this green and just this beautiful ceramics in my apartment. This is an incense burner. Again, like, mix of like modern, table and kind of old traditional ceramics with some, wooden elements. Also, I got these bowls in Southeast Asia also somewhere. So I ended up in London because of my now ex-husband. Yeah, he got a job here and we ended up splitting, but then I ended up staying. And here I am 19 years later. I'm a Londoner. So one of the shows that put me on the map, I would say, was Iron Chef UK. I was the first female Iron Chef in the UK and the second female Iron Chef globally, which is quite fun. That show is really hard. It's not playing anymore, but yeah, I just remember being covered in sweat from head to toe. You don't get any extra time. That's a really challenging show. So pretty much now in my career, I feel like I earned my stripes. I don't have to compete that much anymore. And I just judge food, go around and eat and give my opinion. So that's pretty much what I'm doing now, hosting too. So I've got all these cookbooks here. This is Korean Food Made Simple. This is US edition. This is Korean Soul Food. Second book, US edition. This is Korean Soul Food UK edition. I've got some more. Many different editions and variations of the same book. I have 3rd book coming out soon. I think some of my other books are in the other room. And then I've got, tons of cookbooks. I've got a big cookbook shelf here. What's something I use a lot? I love this really old one, the Settlement Cookbook. It's so old, like the spine is cracking and it's so well worn. But yeah, some of the best recipes are from here. This is a cookbook that my friend Fiona wrote, the boat cookbook. I actually cooked all the recipes in here for her. I helped her with this one. So they're pictures of my hands and stuff like that in here, and yeah, like this. Those are all my hands. I was helping her out to throw this together, which was fun. Actually, the recipes are really, really good. Very tasty, very simple. So these are all recipes that you can cook on a boat. So a lot of these are just from my friends. All of them. Let's see. I wrote this book with Jason Atherton. Ravinda's book. This is just, it's a very small community here. So, I've got Asma's book. I have so many of the chefs in London's book, and so many chefs from New York too. Of course, my New York Times cookbook, which I love. Yeah, I can get lost on this shelf. Yeah, but honestly, now I really just kind of look up a lot of stuff online. So. Books are kind of, you have to have books, but if I'm looking for something quite quickly, I'll pretty much do it online. So now this is where the magic happens. This is my kitchen. Again, lots of curves here throughout the apartment, that everything is curved, which I love. I also like the fact that it's all kind of, I can hide everything away if I wanted to. So this all goes away and then it's like a seamless effect, but I usually keep it open because I'm always using this extra sink. So this is like a little mini bar. So what I love is that this is all storage. It's ceiling to floor storage. I have all my everyday plates and stuff, and these are all drawers, so it makes it very easy for things to come out, which is great. So there's no rummaging around, and then again, drawers down here. It's all very functional, which is what I insisted on. And again, even cabinets in corners, everywhere to use all the space. Yep, I have a UV filtered water tap and an extra sink here. And let's see, this is my Molteni oven. So this is a serious piece of kit. It's one piece. Had to close the street down and rent a crane to get it in through the window because it's so heavy. Had to also reinforce the floor because it's so heavy. I don't know how I got planning permission for this, because also this vent, which you can kind of hear going now, I say it sucks the souls out of kittens. It is so strong. You can stand under here and your hair goes flying up it. I could probably do 150 covers off of this range. This is something that is restaurant quality. I've got 4 burners, an electric solid top, 2 radiant ovens, a grill, and a real wok. It is a lot of BTUs going on here. And it's full again with all of my cooking things, so things that are very old, traditional. These are some of my strainers that are bamboo, that are Korean, ongi crockery pots, mortars and pestles, lots of different spices. Again, my little Star Wars thing. This is my favorite thing. This is my R2D2 pepper grinder, so all of my food has the force. I used to use it when I was on Iron Chef just to put on the end just to make sure that I won. I also love my tap because it's a hotspot titanium tap, so it's one of those like boiling water taps, but as you can see, it doesn't sputter. A lot of these sputter. This one doesn't sputter. Then you're like, because it's sputtering, boiling water everywhere. This one's very smooth. It works great, and you get your boiling water out of there, which I love. And then, this obviously you can move all around. I really wanted to make sure that I also had a front-facing little stove, because we filmed 2 seasons of Korean Food Made Simple here, about 20 episodes, and so I knew I needed a front-facing type of situation. So this is the set of Korean Food Made Simple. So I insisted on having this, and then which is just a 2-hob stove top here, and I made sure that they made it flush with the counter, so they had to kind of adjust it because I wanted to be able to stick a cutting board over on top of it. I didn't want it to be raised at all. I just wanted to make sure that it was exactly flush with the counter. So now it's time to make some Korean fried chicken, which is what I am known for, and what Seoul Bird, my quick serve casual restaurants, are specializing in now. So I've just got some corn flour. You can use potato flour, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to make some wings and some thighs. Who doesn't love a chicken wing? Got some flats and drumettes here, and just going to toss it around in this pre-coat. And this pre-coat is just going to help the wet batter stick, which we're going to do in the next step, and lie those out to dry. And you can use other parts if you want to. Chicken on the bone if you want to. It just takes longer to cook. We're doing everything quite simply here though, so I just got boneless thighs, and wings are quite easy to get, cheap too, so we're just going to do some wings as well. Okay, so maybe some 3 thighs, we'll do that. And you just want like a light dusting. So we're gonna shake these around. You don't want to have any clumps at all. And Korean fried chicken is one of the most popular Korean dishes. I mean, who doesn't love fried chicken? But I don't know if people know this, it's actually not traditionally Korean. It came over with the American GI presence from the war in Korea. And so, like other things such as Spam or, corn dogs, the influence from the American GIs evolved. It stuck with a vengeance and evolved, and then it became a product that was like the original product, but evolved into something that is and become uniquely Korean. And Korean fried chicken is known to be extra crispy, and that's because you usually double fry it. So you fry it the first time on a lower temperature, and then the second time on a higher temperature. Today, I'll probably just do it once just to simplify things, because kind of, make things go a little faster. But if you want to, you can fry it at a lower temperature first, and then let it rest, and then they do it at a higher temperature. And then the wet batter also gives it a very thin, kind of almost translucent crust, which is extra crispy, which is delicious, and another thing that Korean fried chicken is known for. So I'm gonna let my chicken pieces just kind of chill out there. My love for cooking comes from, I would say, my parents and my love to eat and my love for food in general. I've always loved food and restaurants, and I grew up in a very, I would say, kind of food obsessed family. We were always talking about, what the next meal was, what we were gonna eat. I think Asian people in general are obsessed with food. And my mom was always making something from scratch at home. So I was lucky to grow up in a very kind of food and fresh food type of household, which was nice. So I just added some water. Sometimes I use a combination of water and vodka, which makes it even crispier. The vodka prevents gluten development, so any alcohol that is 40% alcohol proof or more will prevent gluten development. It makes it even crispier, but let's keep this alcohol free for today. I like to use vodka because it's flavorless. You can use gin though, or you can use soju, whatever you want. That's our secret batter mix. And so this is a combination of corn flour, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, all kinds of seasonings, regular flour. So, and then now we're gonna take it over here. We're gonna get ready to fry. Favorite apron brands? Not really. Just ones that are functional. I have so many because everybody just gives them to me. I have some from Braggart, which are nice. This one, I have no idea who makes this, but this is the original kind of like London butcher's apron, which I think is quite fun with the stripes. But yeah, no, I just got a lot of kitchen stuff. I don't know, lots of kitchen towels, lots of aprons, lots of chef's jackets. So yeah, I guess I tend to go for the ones that have like, this one, no, that have pockets or something, or just have good coverage, I guess. The oil's heating up, so basically I am just going to dip my chicken in the batter, which I've done here, and then put it in the oil and let it go. So just have to wait for it to come up. I love this home because it's so me. It's so incredibly personal. It's decorated and designed exactly the way I wanted it. Every single object has a story behind it practically. You can literally walk around my apartment here, or flat as they call it, and pick up whatever, and there's a story, there's my personality. And because of that, it feels so incredibly homey and cozy. And my friends love coming over and visiting and staying with me. It's also smack in the center of London. It is a fabulous location. I am just next to Bond Street Tube, which is on the border of Mayfair and Marylebone, two of the greatest neighborhoods, I think, in London. So everything is absolutely within a stone throw of my doorstep, so I can walk everywhere. Everything I need to do is literally like a 15-20 minute walk away. All of the best restaurants, the best places to go grocery shopping. I have a fabulous farmers market every week in Marylebone, and I'm close to all the tube lines for the subway, all the trains. I'm very close to the Eurostar if I want to go to Paris. I'm just so incredibly well situated where I am. I can't rate the location high enough. The oil's ready now, so we can start frying. So I've just given this a dip, and then in it goes. Hold it a second. Gosh, I don't know if I consider myself a trailblazer, but yeah, I am in a male-dominated industry, extremely male-dominated. There's a lot of testosterone in kitchens. But you know, women are making their way, and we are slowly but surely, you know, getting more accolades and management positions. It's tough. It's not easy. I've dealt with a lot of misogyny and chauvinism over the years, but you know, it's just makes you stronger, makes you more determined to succeed, and yeah. So I don't know. I don't know it any other way, I have to say. So I'm kind of always used to climbing uphill and sailing into the wind. It's just what you do. Sometimes I wish I had a 6-foot tall white man suit just to put on and do all my meetings and see what happens. Look at this. It's getting there. Nice. I'm just gonna let that go longer. But look how crispy that looks. Look at that. So good. Isn't this better than an air fryer? Come on, right? Much better than an air fryer. I've got just like a seasoning mix here. This is just some salt and some chilies. Again, onion, garlic powder. You can sprinkle whatever you want on top. I'm gonna do that one. So last November, I had the honor to cook for the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. He's no longer Prime Minister right now, but that was super fun. It was my first time cooking at 10 Downing Street, which is like the White House in America. Also for the Korean president, his whole contingency. The request was to take all classic British canapes and dishes and put a Korean twist on them, because I really wanted to fuse the two cultures as a sign and a form of cultural diplomacy and food diplomacy. So that was super fun. So we did things like pigs in the blanket with samjang. We made fish and chips dumplings. We did some bulgogi, or like kalbi beef skewers with some traditional kind of like a spiced mayonnaise, but we did it with like truffles and seasonal mushrooms. I can't even remember. We did a whole bunch of stuff, like and there were desserts too. Like, yeah, I think we did a seaweed shortbread also, if I remember. Yeah, but it was so fun. Absolutely loved it, and it went down like a storm. And we're asked to cook again, but then the government changed, so we'll see if we make it through the next round. But it's something that was, you know, a true honor, a real bucket list thing, I think, for every chef, is to kind of cook for a prime minister or a president at some point. I've cooked for a lot of celebrities, a lot of sports people, particularly when I was the executive chef at the Playboy Club London. So that, just because of the nature of the club, had a lot of celebrities and a lot of sports personalities coming through. A lot of NFL teams, boxers, even some of the royals came through. Snoop Dogg was fun, because then we can just they just wanted fried chicken and spaghetti and burgers and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. Kind of making like elevated comfort food. But yeah, I do pop-ups and I cook all around the world internationally. My next pop-up is in the Maldives, which will be super fun. So I love going there. I've been doing that for a few years now. I'm also cooking in Anguilla in the Caribbean at the Four Seasons there around Christmas. So that'll be fun. And probably gonna do a pop-up in Thailand also in the new year. I'm also one of the celebrity chefs that cooks at the Tottenham Hotspur's H Club in the VIP season ticket holders area. And we just opened up a concession in the general public area, which is super fun as well. And let's see, we always have to probe our chicken. Yeah, that's fine. I love being at home in London. It's definitely one of my, it's a sanctuary in my apartment. I love being at home. It's so cozy. I don't have FOMO in my later years. I have the joy of missing out, JOMO. So I'm quite happy to stay at home curl up in my reading nook, watch a movie on my couch, you know, cook something nice and just for myself, make myself some fried chicken in my fryer, drizzle with some of our seasoning mix, like this. Do this. And then we'll also, I've got a Korean gochujang sauce, which we can toss or drizzle over the chicken as well. So I have that here. So that's gonna go over the chicken. I live here alone, and I don't have a boyfriend currently. So I do find it a bit difficult to cook for myself. And a lot of times I'll just throw something really quick and easy together. I definitely won't fry chicken for myself. You know, I'll try to make something kind of a bit quicker and easier. I'm just dressing some Asian slaw to have on the side. This is just some thinly shaved cabbage, a little bit of red onion, and a really nice kind of spicy soy vinaigrette. I have a new show coming out in January with Food Network, so stay tuned for that. I can't say the title yet, but there's something new coming out. And then another book also coming out in the new year called K-Quick, which will be Korean food in 30 minutes or less, which is fun. And I'll have another book also in 2026 as well. So it's kind of churning out the books. I shoot all of my books in this apartment also, which is great. I'm allowed to eat. So I'm also gonna drizzle some of our spicy sauce on top. Still crispy. For the crunching, so good. I mean, I love eating Korean food all the time. It's my true comfort food. So other than Korean fried chicken, I like to make a lot of the soups and the stews. They're just so incredibly tasty. You know, Korea has 4 distinct seasons, and because of that, you know, it has like a tradition of warm and hearty stews. Yeah. So Korean cooking should also always have the 5 flavors, 5 textures, and the 5 colors, just to ensure that you're getting all of your nutrients. This plate may not have that, but in general, Korean cooking will aim for that. And I'm telling you, that at any dinner party is a winner. So the word home to me is the place where you don't necessarily just live, but the place that you really feel that you belong. And so I really feel that I belong in this home. Thank you so much, Homeworthy. It's been so much fun to give you a little peek of my home. Until next time, I've got a flight to catch.
Thanks for watching. Go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content and shopping guides.